You think she loves you, because she still holds your hand. Still laughs at your jokes. Still tells you she misses you. But what if I told you the most dangerous kind of heartbreak is not when she leaves, it's when she stays? Pretending to love you? And here's the cruel truth. You won't see it coming. Because she doesn't lie with her words, she lies with her presence. There are 4 signs, and if you spot even one, you need to ask yourself a question most men are too afraid to face. Are you in love, or are you just part of her performance? It starts on a night you think you'll remember as romantic. The cafe lights are warm. The rain outside taps gently against the glass, and across the table she smiles at you the way she always does. But there's something you can't name. A small crack in the moment, like a picture frame hanging slightly crooked on the wall. You tell yourself you're imagining it. You tell yourself you're tired. After all, she's here, right in front of you. She reached out to hold your hand when you walked in. She laughed when you made that joke about the couple next to you. On the surface, everything is perfect, and that's the problem, because perfection is the easiest mask to wear when you're hiding the truth. Most men never see it, not until it's too late, because they're too focused on what's still there to notice what's already gone. The danger isn't in her anger, her silence, or even in her absence, it's in her presence. When her body stays but her heart has quietly left, that's when love turns into a performance. And you, into the audience who doesn't realize the show is already over. It starts on a night you think you'll remember as romantic. The cafe lights are warm. The rain outside taps gently against the glass, and across the table she smiles at you the way she always does. But there's something you can't name. A small crack in the moment, like a picture frame hanging slightly crooked on the wall. You tell yourself you're imagining it. You tell yourself you're tired. After all, she's here, right in front of you. She reached out to hold your hand when you walked in. She laughed when you made that joke about the couple next to you. On the surface, everything is perfect, and that's the problem, because perfection is the easiest mask to wear when you're hiding the truth. Most men never see it, not until it's too late, because they're too focused on what's still there to notice what's already gone. The danger isn't in her anger, her silence, or even in her absence, it's in her presence. When her body stays but her heart has quietly left, that's when love turns into a performance. And you, into the audience who doesn't realize the show is already over. And here's the cruel twist. The more you try to hold her, the more convincing her act becomes. Not because she loves you, but because pretending costs her less than confronting the truth. She will still text you good morning. She will still post pictures with you. She will still introduce you as her boyfriend, but somewhere, far beneath the rehearsed gestures, her mind is wandering to a place where you no longer exist. This is the moment most men slip deeper into denial, telling themselves, if she's still here, it means she still loves me. But that's like seeing a candle still burning and ignoring the fact that the wax is almost gone. There are 4 signs she's pretending to love you, and they're not what you think. Miss even one, and you'll keep living in a story that's already ended. You just haven't read the last page yet. You don't notice it at first because she's still doing all the little things you've come to expect. The morning texts are still there, short, sweet, predictable. The way she hugs you when you meet still feels the same. Warm on the outside, she laughs at your jokes, sometimes before you've even finished telling them, as if she's reading from the same script you both wrote months ago. And that's exactly what it is, a script. You see, real effort in love is messy. It changes with the seasons of your life together. Some days it's a surprise coffee when you're exhausted. Other days it's listening to you rant for 20 minutes about something she doesn't even care about. But when effort becomes polished, repetitive, and perfectly timed, it stops being love and starts being maintenance. Like watering a plant you've already decided to throw away, just so no one asks why it died. She's still checking the boxes. But not because she wants to, because she doesn't want you to notice she's already checked out. And here's the part that will sting if you're honest with yourself. You've probably felt it. That strange emptiness after a date that should have made you happy. That question you push away when her hand is in yours. Why does this feel like she's somewhere else? A Stoic would tell you, never confuse motion with meaning. Just because something moves doesn't mean it's alive. In nature, the most dangerous animals are often the stillest before they strike. In love, The most dangerous heartbreak is the one that keeps moving just enough to keep you from looking closer. The man who masters himself does not beg for more of the same hollow gestures. He steps back, observes without needing to react, and measures love not by the noise it makes but by the truth it holds. And the truth is, if her effort feels like a performance, it's because it is. You can watch the play, or you can walk off the stage before the final act breaks you. If the first sign hides in the things she still does, the second sign hides in the things she refuses to do. Emotional depth, the conversations that strip away the polished version of ourselves, is where real love breathes. It's messy, it's vulnerable, it's raw, but when she's pretending to love you, she keeps the surface smooth. She'll talk about work, about where to eat next weekend, about that funny thing she saw on her phone, but she won't go near the places that matter. Try to tell her about your fears, and she'll say you're overthinking. Ask her what keeps her up at night, and she'll shrug or change the subject. You might think she's just private, but here's the twist: she has shared those parts of herself before. Just not with you. The truth is, emotional depth is not about being talkative. It's about who you're willing to let see your unpolished soul. And if she's pretending, she will avoid that with you at all costs. Because real closeness requires real feeling. And real feeling would expose the truth she's hiding. Picture this. You're sitting together late at night, maybe on the couch after a movie. The moment is quiet, still. You decide to ask her something you've been holding back. Do you ever wonder where we'll be in 5 years? She smiles faintly, kisses your cheek, and says, "Why ruin a nice night with heavy questions?" In that instant, you feel it, the wall. You can't see it, but you can hear the echo of your own voice bouncing off it. Stoic philosophy teaches us that avoidance is a teacher. It tells you not just what someone fears, but where they've already decided they won't go. And here's the paradox: the more you try to break the wall, the taller it grows. A man who masters himself doesn't need to break through it. He steps back, he sees the pattern, and he asks the harder question: if you can't let me see your truth, why am I here? Love without emotional depth is like a lake that looks beautiful from above but is only a few inches deep. It might sparkle in the sunlight, but you'll break yourself if you try to dive in. And when she's pretending to love you, she'll keep you waiting in the shallows forever, smiling, laughing, holding your hand, but never letting you touch the bottom. By the time you notice the third sign, you've probably been bargaining with yourself for weeks. You tell yourself she's busy, she's stressed, she's just not in the mood lately. But this one is harder to explain away. Because when love becomes transactional, it doesn't just change what she gives you, it changes why she gives it. At first, it's subtle. She compliments you more when she wants something. She's affectionate when she needs a favor. She suggests dinner together right before asking for help with something she could have done herself. And because you want to believe the best, you don't notice the pattern forming, that the warm moments have price tags you can't see until you've already paid them. Then one day, you're driving home after dropping everything to help her with something urgent. And it hits you. When was the last time she did something for you that wasn't a setup for a request? The irony is, some of these transactions feel good in the moment. She hugs you tighter. She thanks you with words that sound sincere. She leans into you as if she's remembering why she loves you. But in the quiet space afterward, you feel a strange hollowness. Because deep down you know the truth, it wasn't love. It was leverage. A Stoic will tell you that to see clearly, you must separate what is freely given from what is exchange. Love freely given has no invoice, no countdown, no strings. Transactional love may look like generosity, but it's as calculated as a business deal. And here's the twist: she might not even realize she's doing it. Pretending to love you is exhausting, so she uses these little exchanges as fuel to keep the illusion alive. She gets what she needs. You get what you think is affection. And the performance continues. But every transaction leaves you a little more in debt, not in money, but in self-respect. You start saying yes when you want to say no. Start giving more than you can afford, just to keep the machine running. And one day, you'll realize you've been paying for something that was never yours. The man who masters himself does not fund a lie. He sees that love, when real, does not keep score. And if every touch, every word, every gesture feels like a currency exchange, then you're not in a relationship, you're in a contract. One you never signed but somehow keep renewing. The last sign is the most dangerous. Because it doesn't scream, it whispers. It's easy to miss. Because she's still there. She still sits across from you at dinner. Still asks how your day was. Still posts pictures with you like nothing's wrong. But watch closely. Her eyes don't stay on you as long. Her laugh arrives half a second late. When you tell her good news, she smiles. But the warmth doesn't reach her voice. It's as if someone turned the dimmer switch down on her soul. This is when she's already checked out. She's mentally, emotionally, maybe even spiritually gone, but her body hasn't left yet. And here's the cruel irony. Sometimes she'll seem more present in certain moments. Just enough to make you doubt your instincts. She'll touch your arm. She'll ask about something you told her weeks ago. She'll give you that old familiar smile, and then vanish again into the quiet space inside her head. It's not mood swings. It's not stress. It's the detachment of someone who's already rehearsing a life without you. A Stoic would tell you this is the point where most men lose themselves completely. Because they confuse her physical presence for emotional truth. But physical presence is the cheapest part of love. Anyone can be in the room. The real currency is attention, engagement, connection, and when she's pretending, she'll ration those out like a scarce resource. Enough to keep you from noticing she's already gone. You'll start to feel like a ghost haunting your own relationship, watching her live next to you but not with you. And the twist is, the more you chase her attention now, the more she retreats. A man who masters himself knows this is the moment to stop chasing. Not because he doesn't care, but because he refuses to compete with a future he's not invited to. Love that's already left cannot be convinced to stay, and holding onto it will only burn your hands. It's like clutching a rope that's being pulled away from you. The harder you grip, the deeper the rope cuts, until you're bleeding just to keep from falling. Sometimes letting go is not the end of love, it's the beginning of truth. So here's the truth that most people never want to face. Love doesn't always end with a door slamming, tears falling, or voices breaking. Sometimes it ends quietly, like a candle going out in a room full of light, and you don't notice until the darkness starts touching the corners. Those 4 signs, they're not just warnings. They're milestones on the road to a place where love is no longer alive but still wearing its old clothes. First, she keeps up the effort but strips out the meaning. Like a musician hitting every note with no music in her heart. Then she avoids the deep waters where real connection lives, keeping you paddling in the safe, shallow end so you never see what's missing. After that, the giving turns into trading, where affection is just the opening move in a negotiation you never agreed to. And finally, she's already gone, her body here but her mind and heart miles away. The man who masters himself doesn't cling to the ghost of love. He understands that pretending is a prison for both people, and the key is not to force her back into something she's already left, but to walk out into the open air. Even if it's cold at first. A Stoic knows that loss is not the enemy, illusion is. You don't need someone to stay to prove you're worthy. You need the courage to see what is, not what you wish it to be. Think of it like drinking salt water in the middle of the ocean. At first, it feels like relief, wet, cool, familiar, but the more you drink, the thirstier you become, until it consumes you. The only way to survive is to stop, to endure the dryness, and to wait for the real thing. If you've seen even one of these signs, don't ask yourself how to keep her. Ask yourself why you would want to. And if you've lived this, share it, because somewhere, someone is sipping salt water right now, convinced it's quenching their thirst, and maybe your words will help them put the glass down before it's too late.